on everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy, back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels to look out for moving into the future, and based on that, what the stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. You guys have killed it with the support lately, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in, for chatting down in the comment section, and for subscribing and liking my channel and videos. So thank you, a huge thank you to all of you guys. And Apple's been doing really well, which is really exciting. I know that I've made videos for a little bit now, and for a while there, we were going sideways, we were not doing too much, so it's really exciting to kind of see movement. So let me hit record, we'll go right into it and do our daily analysis. So hopefully, we can kind of get an idea of what the future for the stock could look like. So what we'll see is, we were up 36 cents, which wasn't a whole lot, but it's still a green day, right? Up 0.29%, another 9 cents up after hours. That'll probably change between the time I'm making this and by the time I'll upload, or by the time that you're seeing this. So take that with a grain of salt, but up 36 cents for the day, not too shabby. Taking a look at kind of the price action, right? What we see is right out the gate, we got a pretty nice sell-off. Not nice if you were in the position, but a decent amount of sell-off is what I mean to say, rather. In the 122s, we dropped all the way to 120.89, and then we pushed up. We broke back into our 121.50 channel. So one thing that I was looking for as we were dropping was whether we stop out that 121.50 channel. When we didn't, I had other sort of points that I was looking at that we'll take a look at, and then pushed up into the channel again, right? Then we were above VWAP, below VWAP, broke above it, came back to VWAP, right? And from that point on, look at that chart, right? The gap between Apple and VWAP just kind of widened throughout the course of the day. Unlike yesterday, we did not do a late test of VWAP, which is something that I like to see, just because I think, when we're this separated from the VWAP and it coming in at 122, excuse me, and the stock being at 123, there's always that risk that we're gonna try to pull to. But nonetheless, right, it is what it is. Good looking chart, good strong day for Apple overall. Similar to yesterday in the sell-off, right, we'll take a look here. Right out the gate, we saw a sell-off, and then let me go back to Monday. Yeah, we pushed up and then we got a sell-off. So the sell-offs at the beginning, right, I'm thinking of Tesla and some other stocks I'm looking at. Right out the gate, the sell-off has been kind of the story of this week, and then we've been pushing up. But the fact that we are again above this 121.50 channel, that we spent most of the day above it, but most of all that we're closing above it, to me is a great sign. So let's take a look at the daily chart and some of our indicators and key levels of support and resistance. So one thing that I actually do want to share, and I'll go back to the one day chart to show, is once we were going up, what was our next point of resistance, right? When we're going up, at what point do I think we could potentially see a stop? And since our close yesterday, if you guys remember, was in the 122.72, and our high yesterday was 123.47, that's sort of the level that I was watching to see, hey, if we make it up there, do we break and do we set a new high? Or do we not have the momentum to kind of do that? And in today's case, right, the high yesterday was 123.47, the high today was 123.37, so we missed it by 10 cents. As you can see here, right, when we were going up, we did not revisit this 123.37 again to try to knock that out. So, on the day we did have a lower high, right? But if we take a look at the previous, let's see how many candles we've got now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're pushing up, we were making higher highs and higher lows every day for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. We continue to make higher lows. We did not make a higher high today. So that's something that I'll be watching moving into the future. In terms of next level of resistance, obviously we've got today's high and yesterday's high of 123.37, 123.47 to look at as the first point if we push up. And then we kind of go, if we scroll back here, this high of 123.03 we've knocked out. So the next point is this 125.39 candle dating all the way back to 1013. If we knock that out, then we're talking about 128 from this candle, and then 137 here from early September, which the 137 mark was the highest point that Apple was this whole year, or all-time high for Apple. So that's what we've got on the way at 123 yesterday, and today's high 125, 128, 130s, high 130s rather. On the way down, right, we've got a decent level of support. We'll take a look at price level support, and then we'll take a look at kind of where we get our EMA numbers and our SMA numbers from. So yesterday's close, as we know, is 122.72. Today's close is 123.08. Today's low point was 120.89, right? That's where we bounced. So if we break out of this 121.50 channel again, I think we can find support in today's low, and then we can find support in the previous low. So you guys remember back here, if you've watched my videos for a while, right? When we were talking about highs and the resistance that we needed to knock out, since we were making lower highs, it was the high of the previous day, right? That was sort of the staircase we were climbing. Well, here we have a similar story in that the support is now a bottoming staircase. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology. But essentially, today's high of 120.89 could be a support. If we knock that out, we got the day before's high at 120.01. Then we've got this 119 channel, right? And then we've got the low of the day before at 116.81, which perfectly kind of coincides with our 116.99, 117 line. And then, all these as well. I would like to see this line, if we were to stretch it out, continue as well, and Apple continue to make higher lows, right, in the long term. And I'll kind of pull this line out to see how we hold. As you guys remember, we were looking at this range for a while, right, starting from here and here, and what we saw was we were kind of expecting a breakout coming. We did see a breakout, and now we're trading up here. So we'll kind of see what's next for Apple, and then we'll take a look at some moving average lines. So since this breakout has been a little fast, the 20-day moving average is still down at 118.16, and 50 days at 116.32. Both could act as good levels of support if we make it down there. And then let's take a look at the EMAs as well. The 8 EMA comes in at 119.42, 21 is at 117.93, 34 is at 117.21, 55 is at 115.77, and 89 is at 112. So 112 is all the way down there, right? Which again kind of corresponds with our 113 line that we're looking at. And then the numbers I just mentioned in the high 115s to high 117s could all act as good levels of support. And the one thing that I personally like seeing is the stock trading above the 8 EMA and using the 8 EMA as a bounce. So if it does fall, if it breaks through that 121.50 channel and breaks through some of the lows that we've set in the past couple of days, I'm looking for that 8 EMA bounce of 119.42 to see if that holds. The other thing that I really like about Apple stock, besides sort of the past 4 or 5 days of green candles, is the fact that our EMAs are stacked, right? So we've got the 8 above the 21, above the 34, above the 55, above the 89. That's something that I really like looking at a stock too, because it shows, long-term bullish trend on the stock. So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are all having an amazing trading week and taking advantage of, Apple actually starting to do things. I know it's been a long time coming. I think, I'm a long-term Apple investor. I think, Apple has great things coming, right? I'm a long-term stockholder, and then I do a little bit of options trading to take advantage of some of the volatility that takes place. So I think, with the iPhone 12 sales, hopefully we see good numbers, it being their first 5G phone, and then Apple can push up even further from there. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hope you guys are all having an amazing week. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.